response. Brilliant, but you're spot on. Principality Stadium, been part and parcel of the land, the skyline here since 1999, when it staged the Rugby World Cup. They've got the design of this stadium absolutely spot on. It generates such fabulous atmosphere. Let's get some more reaction now with Scotty down in there. He's going to be joined by Max Frick.
Max Frick, Max, third in your first race, but an awesome race win there. How's it feeling?
Yeah, not too bad. You know, first one's always going to be tough from gate 3, heat 1, but you know, we got a point from that, and we're able to have a good heat that last one. So just need to keep having a few more of them.
Definitely want to be out front. It's quite unusual to race in these indoor stadiums. The crowd is amazing. Can you hear them when you're out there?
Yeah, you can. As you ride out, things like that before the race. Once the race gets started, I don't know if it's a focus thing or the noise of the bikes, but I don't hear a whole lot then. But before and after the race, it's really cool. You can hear the fans going around the air horns. It's an unreal atmosphere there.
And does it change the intensity to make you feel any different on the roll up to the line?
I don't know if it necessarily changes too much in me, but you definitely hear them. But I'm out there full focus on the job at hand.
Well, I'll let you carry on focusing. Thank you.
Cheers. Thank you.
Yeah, strong start from Max Frick. Smashing ride second time out. And as he rightly said, he picking up a point in heat number 1 off gate number 3 was handy indeed.
And then close it with the one on the outside as well.
Morris working overtime as always. He's always charging around. Yesterday as well, he was running up and down the track. Maybe it's just burning some excess calories, but he's in his homeland, of course. Huge weekend for Phil. He's been the focus of attention left, right and centre. Dan Bewley looking for his third ride here in heat number 9 coming up. Smashing ride last time out. And he picked up a win. Great success then. Gate number 4 beginning to work. The first time we saw those stats, gate number 4 hadn't had any race victories at all. So in the second block of races, gate number 4 has been the favoured one. 3 heat wins from there and just 1 off the inside. Gates 2 and 3, not so good. And that's interesting looking at that, because yesterday when we had the draw, a lot of riders focused on getting 2 gate 2s, and I was slightly puzzled by that. But so far, gate number 2 not working great.
No, and it's all about when you get the gates. I mean, for instance, Dan Bewley, there'd been a couple of races, well, there'd been one race, he was in the next race after that, after a track grade off the outside gate, made that work. Now he comes out of gate 1 immediately after a track grade, which again will be the right place to be.
Yep, we'll be hoping so. Really got his Grand Prix back on track with a fine ride last time. So did Jack Holder, and he's out here again. Leon Madsen with the number 1 draw will come out after every track grade, so he's out here. Patrick Dudek looking a bit more useful last time with a second place, so he's got gate 4, but he'll have to make a good start after the track grading. They tend to draw that material back towards the inside, so the dirt line not quite there in the first race after track grading, so may just favour the inside gate. And guess what? Last year's winner's got that, so he'll be hoping to take full advantage now. Line up then for heat number 9. Bewley off the inside in red. Gate number 2 in blue is Jack Holder. Gate number 3 in white is Leon Madsen, and Patrick Dudek will go from the outside with the yellow helmet colour on.
Yeah, consecutive races for Jack Holder. This is going to see. This is going to test his fitness.
Indeed, it will. He's looking a touch pale there after his last one, but nonetheless, he's going to be tired tomorrow, I would think.
Yeah.
The adrenaline is surging through his veins, and he's doing a smashing job so far. Jack Holder on 4 points, second equal after 2 rides, so a decent start for him. He's looking for points. He wants to get in the top 6. He wants to be a Grand Prix rider next year. I think he'd have every chance of a wildcard pick anyway.
No question.
But nonetheless, it's a great effort for him to battle his way back, to get back on his Speedway bike, to be here in the Principality Stadium. That's how important it was to him. So here we go then, the resumption of racing. Third ride for all 4 riders here. Green lights on. Gates up, we're underway. Holder's made a good start. Brilliant start, in actual fact. Bike dug in beautifully. Dudek coming around the outside, but Jack Holder lifting down the back straight, holds on to the lead. Beauty's through into third place with Leon Madsen out the back. Dudek coming on strong in second place, electing to go wide, winding it on. Patrick Dudek down the back straight, but Holder's got it covered, but it's tight for the lead here.
I tell you what, Dudek has generated a lot of speed. He's got that bike working well. I can't see any way other than he's going to go past Holder here. He's going to have a clean run around the outside. Just defended the entry to that corner to stop Jack Holder running across the corner. Gets himself in front. What can Dan Bewley now do behind him?
Dudek then flying out in front, got the better of Holder by electing to go high and wide. Holder's just hugged the curb for 4 laps. Yeah, he doesn't move out. But that's a great response from Dudek. He was on the rostrum here last year, finished third, and he's improving every time he comes out. And he's in the points, he's on the pace, much more like the Patrick Dudek that we know. It's his first race of the evening in heat number 9. Chuffed to bits with that. Good to see. Didn't score first time out, got a second place in his second ride and wins heat number 9, so he picks up 3 points. Jack Holder back in second place, 2 points for him. Dan Bewley back in third, 1 point. Leon Madsen misses out in heat number 9. But for Patrick Dudek, who's had a disappointing campaign, that's the sort of ride he's capable of. That was a super ride.
It was a super ride. I would suggest that Jack Holder might be a little bit frustrated after making such a good start there from gate 2. Just lifts a little bit around the first turn, gets that under control very, very quickly. Great motorcycling skills there, we can see. But Dudek, a little bit like Ty Wolfenden earlier, just elected to run around the outside and stay there. And he got the bike wound up, got it working well. I would suggest maybe a little overgeared compared to Holder, but he got the bike working superbly well. And, 6 points from 3 rides for Jack Holder. He's not going to be too disappointed with that.
I think it's an outstanding effort. In truth, particularly when he was clouted heavily in his first ride. He's responded with 5 points subsequently in his next 2 outings. Fair play to him. Style, eye-catching style of Patrick Dudek. Eye-catching colour scheme as well, you can't miss him. He's a small chap, nothing of him. Good to see him back to winning ways at the Grand Prix as he's had. Like Janowski, the 2 Polish boys have had a tough season. They did win the World Speedway Cup in Wrocław, so they still know how to do it as a team. Heat number 10 is with us. Riders are up at tapes. And a very interesting race here indeed. Robert Lambert off the inside gate. Can he make that work? Bartosz Marzlik looking for his first victory, but he's got gate number 3 here. So the lineup for you. Heat number 10, Robert Lambert off the inside in red. Kim Nielsen out of gate number 2 in blue. Championship leader Bartosz Marzlik out of gate number 3 in white. And Steve Worrell, the wild card, off the outside in yellow. Tough night so far for Steve. No real surprise, but he'll want to get a point, won't he? He'll want to get his, a point on the board just to feel like he's really part of the show.
Yeah, he will, and he's certainly capable of it. He can beat anybody on his day, and this is a track that he should feel reasonably comfortable on. It's the right sort of track for Marzlik. How is he going to respond? 3 points from his opening 2 rides. I wouldn't say he's under immense pressure yet, but a disappointing ride here would certainly add to it.
Lambert needs points, just 2 points from his first 2 rides. Got the inside gate, needs to get his nose in front. A lot of people fancying Lambert. Had a great start. Hit the first corner, coming through Kim Nielsen. Look at, it's tight there with Worrell being blocked there. Look at Marzlik forcing his way through into second place. Worrell's round the outside of Kim Nielsen, but Worrell's gone to the back. Here comes Marzlik. Robert Lambert slamming the door shut. Gets his nose in front, that's where he needs to be. He needs to build on the 2 points he had from his first 2 rides. Once again, Marzlik having to work overtime here.
Yeah, Marzlik on the first turn, look out of it. He was at the back, but a great back straight, gets himself in a second place. He is putting Robert Lambert under a little bit of pressure. Robert making 1 or 2 mistakes. He knows he's there, and he's going to keep going for all 4 laps.
Into the last lap then, Robert Lambert holding the inside line. Marzlik, the championship leader. No, he's lost ground there. Great stuff from Lambert. One last blast round the outside, but Lambert's got it covered. Robert Lambert gets himself right into the thick of it now, moving on to 5 points. Needed that. That was a big pressure ride there for Robert Lambert and responded beautifully. coming through in flying colours, and Smarslik after 3 rides still hasn't won a race in the Principality. You don't say that too many times. Can't get off the start, just spinning all the way to the first turn. And he's got work to do with 2 qualifying races to go. Lambert 3 points out in front. Smarslik having to work very hard for 2 points in second place. Kim Nielsen picking up a point in third. Steve Worrell remaining pointless after 3 outings. Tough night for Stevie so far. Really is a massive step up when you come to a GP. The intensity of the racing here in front of the crowd is extraordinary. But a good ride from Robert Lambert here.
Yeah, Robert Lambert moves himself onto 5 points after a couple of third places in his opening ride. And Steve Worrell there actually got a lot of speed around the outside, but just has to get off the throttle. And Bartosz Smarslik, after making a disappointing start, gets himself through that very narrow gap coming into turn 3 under Kim Nielsen and gets himself into second place. And he put Robert Lambert under quite a bit of pressure as he was riding around the inside of him. But once he moved to the outside, bike not really working for him, can't generate that speed.
Not so far this evening, so he's on 5 points, but he hasn't won a race, 2 seconds and a third. But for Robert Lambert, the inside gate working very well. He's got 2 gate 2s to come. He'll be hoping they work out for him, so every chance of going further in the competition. Top 8, of course, vital to make the semi-finals, and then the top 2 from each semi-final go through to the grand final a little later on. I think number 11. We will see the Grand Prix leader prior to the third block of races, Ty Woofenden, on 5 points coming in here. Hang along very nicely indeed. Looking very competitive. Got a smile on his face these days. Seems to have worked coming back to Britain. Really enjoying his speedway. Martin Vashlik off the inside in the red helmet colour. Ty Woofenden alongside him in gate number 2 in blue. Max Frick, a really good ride last time out. He's got gate number 3 in white, and Mikael Mikkelsen on 4 points off the outside in yellow. Tough race this, really tough race. All 4 riders going very well. Yeah,
they're all scoring points, they're all out there doing the job, and none of them will want a disappointing ride at this point. You know, they're all, I don't think any of these riders have run a last. I may be mistaken, but I don't think so. So, yeah, competitive race.
Win on the third. They're all in the points all the time. Martin Vaslik's had a couple of second places, so he's on 4. Woofenden's had a win and a second. So, yeah, it's a very competitive race. So here we go then. Heat number 11 is with us. Lights are on. Martin Vashlik's made a smashing start on the inside. He fires himself to the front. But look at that turn there from Frick. He comes roaring through to the front. Smashing stuff from him. The Australian superb. Woofenden's up the inside trying to hustle it into second place, but Vashlik recovers from being beaten up down the back straight by Frick. And out the back is Mikael Mikkelsen. But Frick, after a third place in his opening ride, looking like he's going to go back-to-back race victories, and to win from gate 3. Impressive.
Yeah, the door left wide open there, the gap between Woofenden and Vashlik, and Max Frick did not need a second invitation, riding superbly around that first turn. And he looks fairly comfortable out front, but it's all going on behind him with Ty Woofenden and Martin Vashlik.
Out in front though, Max Frick, setting the Principality alight with his second consecutive win. He's going to move on to 7 points. Looking good. Nearly there to the semi-finals. 8 is often enough. Martin Vashlik back in second. Rock solid from Vashlik. 3 second places so far this evening. Ty Woofenden just dropping a couple of points there, but once again he's in the points. He hasn't run a last, so he's hanging tough. 3 points from Max Frick. Impressive stuff out of the first corner. Martin Vashlik back in second place. 2 points. Ty Woofenden 1 point in third place. Mikkelsen just fading a wee bit after a strong start this evening, but for that man, tell you what, when he's on, it's very, very good to watch.
Yeah, great to watch, and he did say in his interview that 1 point in his opening ride from gate 3 was a bonus. Well, he's got gate 3 again here, and he just rides through that gap. He sees it open up. Martin Vashlik electing to run out wide, looking for the dirt. And, well, Max Frick straight through, determined, riding rides right up to the fence. Leaves no chance of anybody battling him into the corner there on the outside of him. Settles down in the race, and, well, 2 race wins in his second and third rides.
Very impressive indeed, going along nicely. So Max Frick on 7 points right now, leads the Grand Prix. Ty Woofenden back in second place on 6, going along nicely. But for that man, with a gate 2 and a gate 1 to come, you've got to believe he will be not only in the semi-finals, he'll have a good gate pick as well. Heat number 12 will complete the third block of races. And the picture in the Grand Prix really beginning to take shape now. Smashing line-up once again. Freddie Lindgren back to winning ways last time. Inside gate once again here. He's in red off gate number 1. Andrei Lebedev's out of gate number 2 in blue. Jason Doyle off of gate number 3 in white. And Maciej Janowski off the outside in yellow. Massive race for Janowski. If he doesn't pick up a win here, he is under grave danger of not making the semi-finals again. His campaign has been, well, it's been tough.
I predicted
really
a tight first turn here with hard chargers. Lindgren, Lebedev's, Doyle. They're all quite happy to mix it in the first corner.
Hold your breath, people. Could be quite exciting.
Go away.
There's total commitment from all 3 riders on gates 1, 2 and 3. Janowski may just be able to pick up the pieces with a big turn back. Who knows? Oh, a big blast around the outside. Very impressive indeed. Andrei Lebedev sitting on 2 points from his outing so far. It's a big ride here. But for Freddie Lindgren, 3 points. Needs to keep going, but he's got that inside gate. Here we go then, just a few seconds left. Star Marshal's not happy with Freddie. Quite pedantic there. Here we go then. Green lights on, revs are up, tapes are up now, and Lindgren's made a super start. They hit the first corner, Lindgren's in front, round the outside, and Janowski. Doyle's gone down. Yeah. I think Doyle's going to be out for that.
Yeah, he will be.
Because he's lifted on his own, and unfortunately for the Australian,
yeah, Janowski was lucky. He just crept around the outside when Jason just picked up a load of grip. Bike jumped up in the air.
That's a different complexion on the meeting now for the former world champion, Jason Doyle. 6 on 4 points, quite possibly.
He had a couple of second places. He'd made starts, but he just didn't seem to have the bike working very well. You have to wonder if they'd just made a few changes there and the bike catching him out.
Well, he's in the last race of the block and it's grippy out there, and it seemed to catch him out, didn't it?
It certainly did, yeah. He makes a half-decent start from gate 3, gets there just about alongside Lindgren, but there Janowski's lucky because he just creeps around the outside. There, Jason just backs into the grip. I think that's the problem. He's actually backing the bike, he's stalling the bike into the dirt, and then those big, heavy flywheels that these engines have got just catch up with him, and the bike lurches up in the air.
Yeah, exclusion lights on. Jason Doyle is out of the race, so massive pressure on Jason Doyle now to make the semi-finals. He's got 2 more opportunities. 6 points available to him, but work to be done. He's out in heat number 15 next time off gate number 3. The exclusion light clearly showing there. Slupski, the referee from Poland, making a fairly straightforward decision. Nobody hits him.
Yeah, well, Janowski was the lucky guy there. He just got himself ahead.
He just crept round the outside of him.
Okay, guys.
Frustration for Jason, who was in good spirits before the meeting. Might not be the best time to go and have a chat with him right now. Give him a few moments to settle down, but I'm sure he's just got to now focus on heat 15, and then his last ride is heat number 17 off the outside, but once again, no easy task, but 6 points still available. He's on 4.
Got method.
He's not out of it, but life is not quite as straightforward as he may have wanted.
He's got gate 4 in his last one. Maxson, Vashalik, Smarslik on the inside of him.
Oh dear, don't look at that too long.
No, I wouldn't look at the programme. I just put my helmet
guys,
colour
as soon as you've done that, we're going on 2 minutes, okay?
Not having a great night so far. He needs a massive ride here. He's got 1 point from 2 rides. Needs to win if he wants to make the semi-final for the first time this year.
Guys,
now, I can't believe I'm saying that, but it really has been a disappointing campaign. He's languishing down in 12th place in the championship chase. He's got 40 World Championship points to his name. He just hasn't been able to put it all together this year.
1 minute
50. Who has multiple Grand Prix wins to his name. He's a fine rider. I fancied, actually, after that race in Wrocław, where he sealed the deal in the Speedway World Cup, that he would really kick on. But Riga, 3 weeks ago, it didn't happen. Hasn't happened so far. This is the time. He needs to nail it now.
Yeah, he does. And he's had the winning feeling here before in 2017. He knows he can do it. And he knows that that outside has got the grip from the previous attempt to run this race. So he'll be buoyed by that.
Indeed, riders just beginning to peer back out in the arena, fairly on his way to the tapes. Andrei Lebedev's just got about to do a practice start. Janowski making no... He's going the shortcut. He's going straight to the tapes. Gate number 4. Gate number 4 worked really well in this second block of races. We saw 3 heat wins from there. Be hoping he can produce that now. With the track beginning to evolve and the grip out there, you can slingshot round the outside.
Track's great. They've done a really good job.
Yeah, concur with that. He had a warning earlier on, so he carries that throughout the remainder of the evening. So he needs, if he moves a wee bit and the referee's not happy, then he'll be excluded. So it is certainly going to be uppermost in his mind. Line up then, second time of asking. Freddie Lingman on the inside in red. Gate number 2 and Andre Lebedev's. He's changed his bike there. You can see by the graphic it's turned colour. No rider in gate number 3. Doyle out of the race. Maciej Janowski off the outside with a warning in the yellow helmet colour. Andre Lebedev's rolling the dice here a little bit. He'll be hoping that second bike just works a little bit better. Got to hit the front here. Can hit the front, you're in the points.
Yeah, Lebedev's had a decent first ride, went missing in his second one.
Well, yeah, down that back straight. I don't know how he didn't collect Liam Manson, but he managed to just avoid him. Here we go then. Heat number 12 will complete the third block. Tapes up now. Freddie's absolutely nailed that. He gets there, but look at Janowski. Janowski's going to hit the front here. Yeah, smashing down the back straight, and this is exactly what the Polish boy needed. Super first corner, speed down the back straight. Freddie Lingman beginning to respond in second place. Lebedev's back in third. At worst, he's going to get that, but Janowski under massive pressure, just 1 point to his name, and that was a superb first corner. Look at Lebedev's. Lebedev's having a real go in third place. Now Lingman's there. Not too much to choose between the three here.
Yeah, I've got a feeling that Lingman had almost settled for second place until he realised that Lebedev's is winding him in and putting him under pressure. Now he's got to race Janowski as hard as he can. This would move him on to 5 points, but this would be a big, big race win for Janowski if he can hang on to this.
Freddie Lingman then moving to the outside. One last blast down the back straight. Heat number 12 is going to get awfully tight on the charts, the line. Janowski's got it. Just about. I tell you what, another half a lap, Lingman was going to hit the front. But races are not done over 4.5 laps, it's just 4, and that was handy for Janowski, and a timely win for him. That's what it's all about. When he's hit the front like that, he looks fantastic. Fair play to Maciej Janowski. Turning the style on there. 3 points for him out in front. Freddie Lingman back in second place, 2 points for him. Andre Lebedev's 1 point, and Jason Dorr was excluded from heat number 12. So it's all taking shape now. Max Freak leads the Grand Prix on 7. Woofenden, Holder, Martin Vaslik on 6, Patrick Dudek on 5, England the same, Lambert and Kim Nielsen on 5, as is Bartosz Marzlik. Maciej Janowski moves on to 4. Plenty of racing to come, but it's all taking shape very nicely indeed.
6.7 seconds. So that...
How about a spark of inspiration? Oops! Let's get this thing rolling. Ta-da! Try that on for size. Yeah! Level up in Forge of Empires. Play now for free at FOE.tv or download the app.
What do you trust? Trust routine? Trust money? Trust promises? Trust fairy tales? Or trust your own way? Allure is confidence. The new all-electric Peugeot E2008.
Most health and life insurance just stands there, doing absolutely nothing. Unless the worst happens.
Oh, this is my kind of speed.
Vitality is different. Our insurance is as active as you are. Not just protecting you, but rewarding you when you get active. With everything from weekly coffees to half-price gym membership. And right now, you'll even get up to 2 months cash back on your premiums.
Once in a lifetime is never enough.
Never enough. When I wear diamonds, I feel powerful, fun, fabulous. I feel on top of the world. Diamonds are for everyone.
I put them everywhere.
Diamonds, diamonds, diamonds.
Love for all.
Diamonds for all. Pandora, lab-grown diamonds.
Biscuit, anyone? Lovely.
Very British.
Which reminds me, smart meters could help Britain create a future where we're less reliant on imported gas.
All right.
They help us manage our energy use, which improves the balance of supply and demand so we could use more wind and solar energy from Britain.
Help Britain create a future that's less reliant on imported gas. Search Get a Smart Meter today.
Oh, it's another question where you can make it happen again.
We're not going to get to where we need to get to until we, as a team, start defending together. We have to protect this house! Protect this house! Protect this house! Protect this house! Protect this! Protect this house! This here is our house!
After 3 rides each, it's all beginning to take shape. Everybody taking points off everybody else. Nobody unbeaten so far. Frick on 7, but Bartosz Marslik, no race win. That's a surprise. He's on 5 points. He's got 2 consecutive races in heat 16 and 17, so the championship leader under a touch of pressure. We'll take a little look at the gate success as well now for you as well, see how that's developing. And there we go, the outside gate is working nicely. 5 wins from there, 4 from the inside, only 1 win from gate number 2. And that is something, I think, possibly a few head scratching going on in the pits where guys went for that in the early part of the draw yesterday. And 2 race wins out of gate number 3. 24 points achieved from the inside, gate 22 from the outside. 12 from gate number 3 and 14. That's interesting. That gate stat is actually probably a little bit more accurate. So while we've got this grading break, we can give you an opportunity just to reflect on what we've seen so far. And I tell you what, it's been pretty special here in the Principality. That's what we've witnessed so far. I'd like to take this opportunity just to say that tomorrow afternoon in Womburn Cricket Club, my good friend who passed away last year, there's a charity cricket match. Anybody with a spare afternoon in the area, please come along. It will be a superb day. Raffle, auction, all sorts of entertainment being organised, so pop along. I'm sure it'll be a terrific day. It's just having a breather. It's been hectic so far, the first 12 heats. We've seen all sorts of action. We've seen exclusions. We've seen some fabulous racing. And this crowd has been royally entertained, and the best is yet to come, you would suggest. So let's have a look at the standings once again. It makes interesting reading. So Max Frick out in front on 7 points. Great effort from him with 2 consecutive wins after a 3rd place first time out. Wolfenden on 6, Holder the same, Vasilik there on 6. They're going along nicely. Patrick Dudek on 5. Freddie Lingman responding brilliantly after failing to score first time out. Lambert on 5, Nielsen on 5, and Bartosz Marslik's on 5, but he needs a race win. That can be crucial when it comes to the conclusion of the first 20 races when you're looking for a semi-final spot. Mickelson has faded. Dan Bewley needs points. He's only on 4. Jason Doyle with the exclusion last time as well on 4 needs to respond. So plenty of pressure on there, these riders. Leon Madsen has faded. I'm surprised at that. I thought he'd really relish in these conditions, but it hasn't been his evening so far. After winning the first race of the evening, has failed to score in the next two. So he's out in the next race, and Leon Madsen needs to get back to the front.
Yeah, in terms of the top end of the table at the moment, you're looking at Smarslik under a bit of pressure in this one. Dan Bewley, Jason Doyle, Leon Madsen.
Indeed they are. Madsen in particular, who won here back in 2019 with a stunning display. It was a season that he chased down Bartosz Smarslik, just failed to win the World Championship by 2 points. But so far this evening, he just needs to find the key to it. It needs a start, that's for sure. So riders are making their way back round to the start. Robert Lambert out here again after a terrific ride and a much-needed win last time. Likewise for Maciej Janowski as well. So all of a sudden, it's getting very competitive indeed. Who's going to make the top 8? Tough to call right now. So tight on the point score. Nothing to choose between these riders. Maciej Janowski off the inside in red. Robert Lambert out of gate number 2 in blue. Mikkel Mikkelsen comes out of gate number 3 in white, and Leon Madsen needing points off the outside in the yellow helmet colour. Not ideal for Leon now because the track is smooth and slick. It's going to have to be. He can. When he turns it on and finds the key to it, it can be a rocket ship, but with Lambert and Maciej Janowski winning races last time out, they'll be full of confidence. It's not going to be an easy task.
No, you've got to say Madsen really needs nothing short of a win here, and it's going to be tough after this track grade from the outside, but you know, he can make such cracking starts, and he could get across this entire field and get to the first turn first.
Needs to. He's 6 points more available to him. This one more, and heat 17 will have the inside gate for his final outing to try and make the semi-finals. He'll be desperate to do so. 2 Danish riders here, a Polish man on the inside, and Robert Lambert, of course, a fan favourite here in the Principality Stadium in Cardiff. One last time out, Robert Lambert sitting on 5 points. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them all on 5 points, so a win here would be very useful indeed to move on to 8 points for Lambert. Tapes are up. Hit the first turn. Lambert's made a smashing start. He gets there. Round the outside comes Leon Madsen. Maciej Janowski hasn't made it from the inside. It goes back to 3rd place with Mikkelsen out the front. But I tell you what, whatever they've done in the pits with Robert Lambert, it's working a treat, because the last 2 times out, he's absolutely nailed the starts.
Yeah, Robert Lambert with a textbook start. Bike just went forward. He had his head down, kept his body weight forward. And, well, you don't make a better start than that. It was absolutely spot on. Looks comfortable out front. Leon Madsen, this will move him on to 5 points, give himself a chance with a race win in his last heat.
Lambert out in front, they're looking for a back-to-back heat victories. Started slowly tonight, but has turned on the style. In the last 2 outings, smashing stuff from him, hugging the inside line, down the back straight he goes. Janowski back in 3rd place. That's not really what he was looking for. But Lambert out in front, all of a sudden, turns his fortunes around with 2 race victories, moving on to 8 points. Almost certain of a semi-final place now. There'll be a few, whatever changes they've made. 2 3rd places, 2 points out of 2 rides. The next 2, maximum score. There you go then, 3 points for Robert Lambert, and heat number 13, Leon Madsen back in 2nd place, 2 points for him, Maciej Janowski, 1 point for him and Mikkelsen. Once again beginning to fade away in this Grand Prix, 2nd consecutive last place. But for Lambert, what a start this was.
Yeah, textbook. You won't see much better than that. Doesn't move his body, drops the clutch. Bike doesn't exactly jump forward, but it just moves forward at the right pace. Keeps his body weight forward, doesn't let the bike lift, gets there in front. You can see there Mikkelsen with his front wheel right over that drop curve. Can unsettle the bike quite easily, but he manages to stay on. Robert Lambert actually having a very good look back there as he comes to the finish line, but he was riding very tight. He had his front wheel over that curb on most corners.
Yeah, he did. He didn't. First race after the grading break, clearly a plan and very well executed. Jason Crump, of course, has won here on 3 previous occasions, so knows exactly what it takes. And great to see Robert Lambert turning his fortunes around and leads the Grand Prix after his 4th outing. Number 14 riders are on the tapes. On with the action very briskly here. Freddie Lindgren out again. Stevie Worrell's got the inside gate, but Patrick Dudek could be a major player here from the outside. Looked very quick last time. Yeah, he looked very impressive, didn't he? Martin Vashlik going along solidly, but hasn't won a race so far. Tapes are broken, but we'll go through the lineup for you. Steve Worrell, the wild card from the inside gate in red. Gate number 2 in blue is Freddie Lindgren. Gate number 3 in white is Martin Vashlik, and Patrick Dudek will go from the outside in the yellow helmet colour. Tapes are repaired, just being sorted out. Steve Worrell, I said it before, want to get a point tonight. He's had 3 rides, has failed to score. It's been a baptism of fire for Stevie here so far this evening, but he won't want to go away pointless, will he? He'll want to try and get a point here at the very least.
Yeah, Dudek off the outside. Fantastic race last time out with 3 points. It's been a solid meeting by his standards this year for him. And last year managed to finish on the podium, so he knows what it's all about.
Yeah, 5 points from his last 2 outings after a pointless first ride, so a good response from Patrick Dudek, and he needs to. He's well outside the top 6. He's in 11th place on 48 points. Hasn't been the campaign he was looking for. And with the championship challenge has been completed, it was run in Sweden last month. There is no doubt that his position, it's quite complicated, but the fact is that his position in the Grand Prix is under major threat. It is indeed. Simon Wozniak has come through. He is a guaranteed a place in the Grand Prix next year. He's Polish. And Paweł Pawlicki also has a possibility of coming through as well, which could put paid to either Janowski or Dudek. We will wait and see exactly how that works out.
Freddie Lindgren in his points here, 5 points. He'd want at least a couple of points here, but he would still need probably a couple of points in his last ride. So,
yeah, gate number 2, we've seen race wins from there just recently. Here we go then, heat number 14, the tapes are on. They go, bit of argy-bargy. Worrell hits the front, but he's gone wide. He's left the door open. Lindgren comes through. Here comes Dudek. Where did he come from? He was on the back wheel. He was out of shape, but he's charged to the front. Stunning move from Dudek. Vashlik's at the back. That's not what he was looking for. But what about that from Patrick Dudek? A bit of special speedway down the back straight.
Freddie Lindgren with his elbows out on the way to the first turn with Martin Vashlik, who now finds himself at the back, and he'd be on 6 points if that's how he finishes. But Patrick Dudek wheelied all the way down the back straight on the opening lap. Brilliant move from him.
Patrick Dudek, stunning ride from him. A lap to go. Back-to-back heat wins. Look at him go. He looks great on the bike. Freddie Lindgren really having to work hard in second place. Well, Stevie Worrell going to pick up the point for the first time this evening, but Patrick Dudek. Fond memories of this place, as you rightly say. He was 3rd last year. Likes it. And he's looking good tonight. He's not scrapping for points. He has got pace. Bike's working beautifully, and he's rocketing out there in the Principality, and Patrick Dudek moves on to 8 points, looking set for the semi-finals here this evening. Dudek wins the race, 3 points for him. Freddie Lindgren back in 2nd place, 2 points, moves on to 7 in total. Steve Worrell picks up his first point of the evening, and Martin Vashlik missing out in heat number 14. That was something quite extraordinary down the back straight. I'm looking forward to seeing it again.
Yeah, I tell you, when Patrick Dudek rides his bike with a smile on his face, he is spectacular. He's at the back there, and he just makes a perfect cutback, gets that front wheel over onto the wooden curb up the inside, and he's last. He's stone last right here. And we can see Freddie Lindgren there on the inside. Just collects too much curve there, rockets across, but look at Dudek. He's got the front wheel up in the air as he enters turn 3, and he doesn't let that put him off or slow him down. Look at that, superb stuff from Patrick Dudek. I'd have been thinking about getting off at that point.
Well, he does well to get it all under control, doesn't he?
He does, yeah.
Fabulous bit of motorcycle skill there from Patrick Dudek, who's looking good tonight. Clearly delighted with it, rightly so. Going along very nicely indeed. Gate number 3 to come. He's won both his rides from the outside gate. Loves it out there. It's working a treat for him. Number 15, riders are up at tapes. Big race here for Jason Doyle, huge. Didn't score last time because he was excluded. Got to get amongst the points this time, but it's not going to be easy. 3 Australians and a Swedish rider here. Max Frick going along very nicely indeed. Jack Holder doing a good job as well. which is admirable. No doubt about that. So the top 3 Australians going head-to-head in heat number 15. Very competitive race. Kim Nielsen on the outside. Can he do something? Not renowned for his outside sweeps, Kim Nielsen. Jack Holder off the inside in red then. Gate number 2 in blue is Max Frick. Jason Doyle, huge pressure on him out of gate number 3 in white. Kim Nielsen on 5 points from the outside with the yellow helmet colour. 3 Australians and a Swedish rider on the outside. Big race here for Doyley.
I tell you, Max Frick's been super sharp with his decision-making in the first turn as well tonight.
He has. He has. He's really switched on tonight. Focused. Riding well. The bike's going great guns as well. It hasn't been out of the points at any stage this evening so far. Here we go then. Number 15, Start Marshall once again. Pernickety on the sideline. Tapes up, we're underway. Holder's made a smashing start. Oh, Doyle's down again. Doyle's down again. Can you believe it?
Yeah, contact with Max Frick. Pretty sure that'll be all fallback.
Can't disagree. But nonetheless, for Jason Doyle, second time he's found himself on his backside. Not ideal in 2 consecutive races as well. Something similar like this happened here last year with Jason Doyle as well. Where
I think he went down 3 times.
Yeah, he did. I don't want to repeat that. So referee will review that, but to all intents and purposes, first corner bunching, all 4 back. Bit of a pause.
Yeah, Jason Doyle here off gate 3, Max Frick off gate 2. It gets a little bit of a nudge as Jack turns the bike on the inside, moves across, as Jason's trying to find his way there, leg goes. Yeah, it's just classic all 4. He was basically taken off by Max's rear wheel, but no intent there. Max just had to straighten up. He knew that Jack was going to turn the bike.
Tight going in the first corner there, isn't it?
It is a tight first turn here at Cardiff. There isn't a lot of room, and they all want to get there first, but yeah.
Jack's just made a little bit of room for himself.
Done nothing wrong.
Which is perfectly entitled to do.
Yeah.
And as a consequence, the domino effect sees Jason Doyle come down for the second time tonight. Fully expecting all 4 back to be confirmed here.
Bit of advice from brother Chris there for Jack.
Jack's on 6 points. A win here would see him through to the semi-final. Likewise for a couple of points for Max Frick would be handy as well, moving on to 9. That'll be enough.
Look at it, 1 time more.
Jason Doyle just feeling the effects there.
Yeah, I think it's possibly a bit of rubber on his forearm there.
I don't know what they can do with that. They won't put spray on it or nothing.
Tough one for Jason Doyle, but he's a tough customer. The year he was world champion, he rode through the pain barrier, had a broken foot. I mean, he's always in the wars. But
his arm, actually, as he went into the corner there and went down, his arm was on the rear wheel of the rear tyre there of Max Frick, so I'm sure it's maybe a little bit of a burn situation.
Like a burn, yeah. The Kevlar's actually heating up, or maybe the Kevlar's were forced back and it was skin on rubber. So a painful moment for Jason Doyle, but he'll be given a few moments just to recover. No exclusion lights on. I'm presuming that it'll be all 4 back. It's the logical decision. Yeah, it's confirmed that we'll all 4 back in.
Got your fuel, yeah?
So, Darcy Ward there in the pits as well. Good to see Darcy. We saw him in the World Cup over from Australia.
I've seen them.
With his family.
All 4.
So, it's confirmed. As I say, the 3 Australians. Jack Holder has come back into the sport at the very highest level. His brother has a fabulous record here, having won twice previously, Chris. He knows how to do it. Handy man to have in the pit corner. Of course, Chris Holder now back in British Speedway as well, which is good to see. Just recently signed for the Sheffield Tigers. Had a great debut for them, picking up 10 points from 4 outings, so fair play to him last Thursday evening. And after 2 seasons where Chris had actually encountered serious injury, he broke his back earlier this year. It's good to see him back on the bike and riding well.
Yeah, he had those back and shoulder injuries from his crash in Glasgow in the GP Challenge the year before as well.
Yeah, exactly. So it's been a tough couple of seasons for Chris. But, good to see him working hard with his brother. So a fabulous atmosphere in the Principality Stadium as always. Racing's red hot this year. We're enjoying it.
Are you going on this one?
Moving towards the completion of the qualifying heats.
Let's get going.
Massive race for Doyley. isn't it? This is really crunch time for him. He needs to be first or second with a race to come.
Yeah, it's a change of bike there for Jason.
2 minutes is on. Not ideal then. The chosen bike has had to be binned. The second bike is drawn out. His equipment this year is pretty consistent, though. I don't think there's too much to choose between them. It's almost a toss of a coin which bike he rides.
Yeah, he's got good consistency over his bikes in the leagues and in the Grand Prix. He's very happy with his engines. Of course, had a massive shift in setup and engine tuner for this year.
Yeah, he has. So a little practice start for Jason, and then they'll just readjust the rear chain. Holder's Max Frick already up at tapes, digging around, trying to pick a nice place to start from, gate number 2. Kim Nielsen was out of the action that time. Missed all the fireworks on the inside of him. Just over a minute to go for all 4 of them to be up at tapes. Repeat myself, but you've got to be at the tapes ready to go before the 2 minutes run out, otherwise you'll be thrown out of the race. That's an FIM regulation. And all 4 of them are there now, just doing a little bit of gardening. Ruts are beginning to appear now. You've got to make the right choice. Holder just bashing it in on the start there. He's on the inside in the red helmet colour. Gate number 2 is Max Frick in the blue helmet colour. Gate number 3 in white with the bike change is Jason Doyle and Kim Nielsen off the outside in yellow.
Yeah, there's quite a big shift in the way riders now prepare the start line. They all want to use a rut, absolutely desperate now to use a rut, particularly on these one-off tracks, because the surface, the bikes rev so hard now, they just dig through the dirt and they actually go down before they go forward. So that's why they're looking for a solid surface underneath them.
And they're looking to use the back of the rut, aren't they? Just
they
to
roll
sort of
into it.
Shoot forward. Yeah, seems to help them with the charge into the first corner. Second time of asking then, heat number 15. Here we go. Oh, a little bit of movement there from Doyle. Doyle has missed it. He's got to chop back to the inside. Jack Holder has it. Look at Kim Nielsen charging around the outside. He's amongst the points again. Chops to the inside. Can he hit the front? Yeah, he can indeed. Brilliant stuff from Kim Nielsen. Slams the door shut on Holder. Oh, it's tied. Jack Holder showed tremendous commitment there to keep the throttle on. Just about to the front, but it's a great battle out in front. Frick's back in 3rd place and work to be done for Doyle. Doyle coming around the outside, but Holder, look at him go, hitting the front again.
Yeah, it was a fair race from Kim Nielsen. He could have shut the door completely on Jack Holder. He elected not to, and Jack Holder was super brave as he turned the bike on the inside there to stop Kim Nielsen getting into the corner. Race seems to be settling down, but it's another 2 big points for Kim Nielsen.
Jason Doyle has had to work hard to get into 3rd place. Will that be enough? But Jack Holder, another win. That'll do very nicely indeed. Brilliant ride from him. Kim Nielsen having a smashing Grand Prix, coming through in 2nd place. He'll move on to 7 points. Every chance of a semi-final place for him with 1 ride to go. Jason Doyle, massive work to be done. Huge work to be done. Disappointment for him, really. Got 5 points. Has to win his last ride, you would suggest, if he wants to make the semis here in the Principality in Cardiff. Jack Holder wins the race. 3 points for him. Kim Nielsen back in 2nd place. 2 points. What a night for the Swedish rider. Jason Doyle back in 3rd place. 1 point for him, and Max Frick misses out for the first time and remains on 7 points with a ride to come. But Kim Nielsen going along nicely, but Jason Doyle, a huge race, and it doesn't work out. He spins up on the way to the first corner.
Yeah, doesn't make a good jump, finds himself at the back, but Jack Holder there just getting a little bit of extra traction around the inside. Max Frick has to put the brakes on as Kim Nielsen decides to change direction and runs up the inside of Jack Holder. There, if it had got another half a yard on Jack, I'm sure he would have moved over, but he absolutely does the right thing, realises that Jack Holder's there. Jack turns in hard to stop Kim Nielsen getting into the corner. Had to do it, but I tell you what, with the injuries he's carrying, that was super brave.
Really brave stuff. Confidence there oozing from him.
Just watching the start again.
Yeah, he's rolling there.
Yeah, he's rolling, and the bike does just jump forward for Jason, but then just spins up. And Kim Nielsen is right up by the fence. Look, he's right in the deep dirt there by the fence. Makes a super jump from the outside.
Might get a warning there, Jason Doyle, as a consequence of just moving a little bit. Holder just struggling with that left arm, bit of arm pump. This Holder just keeping an eye on it, but what a night it has been for Jack Holder so far. 9 points, but he's in absolute agony, we're hearing. So he's got 9 points. What a performance. Heat number 16 then will complete the 4th block of races, and what a lineup it is. This is something special. Ty Woofenden off the inside in the red helmet colour. Dan Bewley out of gate number 2 in blue. Andrei Lebedev's out of gate number 3 in white. And Bartosz Marzlik off the outside has changed his bike. Now that is significant. Very rarely that happens.
Very rare.
So clearly not happy with the setup, the championship leader. Rolling the dice here. He's out in 16 and 17. Hasn't won a race so far this evening. He's found it tough tonight, Marzlik. Languishing down on 5 points, needs a win. He's more than capable. That outside run might just come to his rescue here in the final race of this block. We'll wait and see. Here we go then. Tapes up, we're underway. Woofenden's made a smashing start. Bartosz Marzlik round the outside. Will it work a treat for him? No, it hasn't quite got there. Yeah, he's in a second. Here he comes, round the outside of Woofenden. It's gone very wide indeed. Bewley's on the inside. Oh my goodness! Oh, I thought for a moment he was going to fire himself up the inside to the front. Woofenden read it beautifully. Slammed the door shut. Marzlik hunting down Woofenden, who's holding the inside. Here we go. This is going to be some race out in front.
Yeah, I tell you, Marzlik's really working. Oh, no, that's a big mistake.
Too much grip from Woofenden. He's off the bike.
Strange place to get that much grip. I think just as the bike lifted, he's hit something, in
there's
the
a
track.
rut there.
Awkward crash. Does well to get off it.
Concern for Woofenden now. That was a massive moment for him. He was enjoying a superb evening. But by golly, did he get off the back of the bike there. The bike just literally leapt up underneath him. No chance at all.
Yeah, and it was way before mid-corner as well. Really awkward place for that to happen. But he does well to get off the bike. But he's up there by the fence. Really
concern for Woofenden then. Being hunted down by Bartosz Marzlik, who was also keen to get to the front. Of course he was. Really back in the pits. We'll just take a few moments while Ty Woofenden is attended to. Bewley was not at the front. This is an opportunity for him. It's a tough sport, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Isn't it a tough sport? You're out in front, you're having a cracking race, and then this happens.
Yeah, he knows he's under pressure here. Marzlik's run up the inside of him, and he knows he's got a race on his hands.
Oh.
There, the bike actually almost turns completely sort of round while it's up in the air. We can see here, it does turn it quite hard, and then, oh, wow.
And he's not off of it.
No,
he's part of it.
Look, the tyre's just dug in there. He actually does really well to get off. That could have been far worse than it actually was. But really, really, he goes down hard on his shoulder and his head.
He hasn't let go of it, Chris, has he? He's still part of it as he hits the deck, and that's not ideal. So Ty Woofenden has been excluded, which is probably the least of his concerns right now with a heavy fall like that. There's the red exclusion light on. Not ideal for Ty Woofenden, who was enjoying a really good night. He'd had a win, a second and a third. A win there onto 9 in the semi-finals.
Yeah, he's got an inside gate in heat 18. He can move himself onto 9 points. So
he's on his feet. Good news. Good news, Chris. He's on his feet.
Yeah, he's holding his wrist there or arm.
It'll be desperately disappointing if he can't take any further part of the Grand Prix. He's in pain, is he?
Yeah, I think he is definitely in pain. He's asking somebody else to take his crash helmet off, so he's not comfortable to put his wrist hand. You can see there, looks like he's hit his hand quite hard.
It doesn't look good, does it? Jason Doyle did get a warning in the previous race, so he's going to have to behave himself in his last ride in heat number 17. Ty Woofenden. That doesn't look great. Maybe, well,
yeah,
is that a farewell? Is that a goodbye wave? Or
it sort of seems like it. The look in his face is almost resigned to the fact that he's done some damage there, I think. He's a fairly tough lad, so he doesn't make a fuss about nothing.
No. Doesn't look like that his clutch hand is going to work anytime soon. He's meant to be out in heat number 18 off the inside gate, but we'll wait and see if that happens. But it does seem that he's resigned to the fact that he won't be taking any further part tonight, which is a great shame for Ty, who has finished second 3 times here. if we can get some reaction from him, I'm sure Scott will do his very best to chat to him. But a shocking moment.
It's going to be bitterly disappointing.
Yeah, absolutely. When he's returned to form, made the final, of course, in Riga.
3 riders only.
Looking good here this evening. Out in front, Schmarzlik hunting him down. It was not a given that he was going to win the race, but he was in charge.
Yeah, no question that Schmarzlik had just put him under pressure, just made himself known coming into the corner.
Okay, if we can have 2 minutes, please,
I'm sure
ref.
that added.
Okay, guys, we're going on 2 minutes. 2 minutes is on.
So 3 riders only. Bartosz Schmarzlik with a second chance here. An opportunity for him to actually grab his first win of the night, which is surprising. They weren't completely comfortable. You said to me before the meeting that there was a little bit of discord in the Bartosz Schmarzlik camp. Right, we are going to be able to get some reaction with Scotty Nichols, is with Ty Woofenden.
Yeah, I'm with Ty. Ty, just a quick reaction on what happened there. Nasty fall.
Yeah, it was unfortunate. You know, with the tubeless tyres, that's the way. Sometimes they just preload and spring you up. We obviously haven't got suspension, but my hand's broken, so that's me done for the night. But fuck, thank you so much, guys. You make so much noise, and we'll be back next year, hopefully.
Hey, I'm so sorry, but thanks for chatting, mate.
So very disappointing that for Ty Woofenden. No, will not be able to take any further part. Just when he was really beginning to find his form, that really is a tough moment for the former world champion. So we wish him a speedy recovery. So riders back at tapes for the rerunning of heat number 16. No rider on the inside with Ty Woofenden excluded. Dan Bewley out of gate number 2 in blue. Andrei Lebedev's off gate number 3 in white. And Bartosz Schmarzlik, the championship leader, will go from the outside. As I say, second time of asking, this has just possibly fallen dead right for Bewley and Bartosz Schmarzlik. Both searching for points.
2 guys under a lot of pressure for points.
Bewley's only on 4.
Yeah.
Desperate for a win.
Desperate for a win. 2 points. If he then can win his last one would be enough, I would suggest. But
well, he only just crept in the semi-finals in Melilla and went on to win.
Yeah.
I mean, it all fell right for him that night. But
then we've said it with Schmarzlik. You know, he battles all night to find the right setup and get things right. And then you just, you know, if he can make the semi-finals, you've got to say, well, the guy's going to go out and win it.
Indeed. So a dramatic night of Speedway, attritional night of Speedway. Tough on Woofenden, just when he was beginning to look, he was returning to his very best. Second time of asking, takes her up sharpish. Bewley's made a smashing start on gate number 2. Fires himself to the front. Schmarzlik round the outside, hasn't got there. Bewley's made a really good first. Oh my goodness. He is out of shape going into turns 3 and 4. Running very wide indeed. Can Schmarzlik take advantage? I'll tell you what, Bewley was very fortunate there. He was out of control, and Bewley is super quick in front. He's beginning to pull away. Bewley needed a win, and he's set for one here.
Yeah, what a cracking first lap from Dan Bewley. You said it, Kelvin, he was out of control, but how quickly did he get back under control? Fantastic motorcycling to get that thing back under control and not actually lose any ground.
No, brilliant stuff from Bewley. Track just beginning to be a little bit more unpredictable, but Bewley out in front, charging away. He needed a win, and he's set for one here. Schmarzlik's got no answer with Lebedev's back in 3rd place, and Bewley taking advantage, second time of asking. Just what the doctor ordered for Dan Bewley, last year's winner, putting himself right back in the frame. On a second ride, a 3rd place, but now moving on to 7 points with a ride to come. That'll do nicely for him, turning his evening around after failing to score in his first ride this evening. Bewley, a stunning ride, albeit a touch fortunate at the end of the back straight in the first lap. 3 points for him. Bartosz Schmarzlik still hasn't won a race tonight. Incredible. 2 points for him. Andrei Lebedev's won. Ty Woofenden was excluded from heat number 16. Here we see the breakdown. Jack Holder out in front in massive pain. 9 points for him. Dudek on 8. Robert Lambert on 8. Going along nicely. Bewley into the picture. 7 points for Bewley, Frick, Lindgren, Nielsen and Schmarzlik. How tight is this? Unbelievable pressure on the last block of races here. Really is some special Grand Prix we're witnessing. Don't go anywhere, because there's 4 races to come before the semi-final.
Oh, how about a spark of inspiration? Oops! Let's get this thing rolling. Ta-da! Try that on for size. Yeah! Level up in Forge of Empires. Play now for free at FOE.tv or download the app.
It started with her name, which led me to a young girl made to work. Her brothers went to school, her wages went to the family. This unfairness must have ignited something, as years later she boycotted the 1911 census. Willing to risk everything for the movement, she never gave up. The suffragettes paved the way for women to vote, and I discovered she was one of them, my great-great-aunt, Eliza Dobson.
Bring your backstory to life with Ancestry.
Most health and life insurance just stands there, doing absolutely nothing. Unless the worst happens.
Oh, this is my kind of speed.
Vitality is different. Our insurance is as active as you are. Not just protecting you, but rewarding you when you get active. With everything from weekly coffees to half-price gym membership. And right now, you'll even get up to 2 months cash back on your premiums.
Whether it's a new workout high, raising your spirits in our classes, or floating on air in our spas. Elevate your everyday with David Lloyd Clubs. Try a 3-month membership today.
Who says wellness means acting our own age? And we shouldn't do pizza before Pilates. We say, get active without the activewear. Centrum has a range of tailored multivitamins to suit your unique and essential nutritional needs. Centrum, do wellness your way.
Centrum, now available in kids. From the world's #1 multivitamin brand.
Okay, listen up, everybody. So we've all seen Santander's annoyingly great cashback thingy.
It's their legacy.
What's our legacy?
Tiny pens?
Hell no. They've got cash back.
We're gonna fight back.
Nothing has hit us harder than Santander's £10 million in cash back. Well, so what are we gonna do?
What do fighters do?
You had to do. We did it.
So what are we gonna do?
Dunno.
Santander customers get a share of over £10 million in cashback every month.
New gadget, Albert?
No, this is my smart meter display. It shows how much energy I'm using daily, weekly, and monthly, which could help me make changes to save energy.
So it's not a time machine?
Of course not, Darren. That's in the shed.
For extra help managing your household budgets, search Get a Smart Meter today.